Alright, what up with it, y'all, man? It's JC checking back in with y'all. It is right now it's November the 26th, 2018. You feel me? The little Thanksgiving holiday just came and went. You feel me? I was out on the road with my first trainee, and this morning around, I want to say, what was it, about 9, I believe. Yeah, like 9 o'clock this morning. Me and my trainee, we pulled back into the terminal. Dig what I'm saying? So we pulled back into the terminal. I turned in all the paperwork, and I went through a couple more little backing processes with him. And right now I'm still waiting on him, to update me on if he passed to the phase 2 process of the whole training thing, So alright, so yeah, so this video is just basically my first trainee, So my first trainee, overall it went smooth. The money is definitely there, because I know that's the main thing that people get after, because it's like, regardless of all the other things, the money has to be there, because I said in previous videos, if you're a real man out here moving, you trying to create families and all that, you got things and you got people and stuff to take care of. You feel me? So the money is definitely there. But my experience with it was, overall, it was a good experience. My trainee, he used to work for CRST. And with CRST, I guess he went through the whole training process. And there was, he had, well, if you let him tell it, he said that CRST had something against him. But basically, what it boils down to is the fact of when he came back off of his training with his trainer at CRST, I guess his trainer said something to the company stating that he needed more time backing, and I guess when he went to go do the test to back, he didn't meet their standards, pretty much. So they pretty much told him that he, that they would no longer wanted to pursue that with him. So he came to my company and he went through it. So overall, it was good. It was a good experience. It definitely taught me patience, and that's one thing that I'm gonna continue to learn, and one thing I gotta keep learning, because I'm 27. I'm gonna be 28 in March. But I know for a fact that, because I'm still younger, I'm under the 30 year old mark, so I know that's like my patience to dealing with certain type of personalities really isn't there. And the way he was, because he was older than me, he was 30 years old, and he originally was from Africa, so shout out to all the Africans out there. So but culturally, I could understand what he was saying and all that. We didn't have no problems communicating. He had no problems communicating with me or understanding what I said, or me trying to understand what he getting at. There was no problems with that. But it was just with him, because he already went through at least 5, I think he said 5 weeks. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I think it was about 5 weeks of training with CRST. The difficult part with it was when he got in my truck, he had a lot of other stuff that past trainers already put in his head. So it was a little bit of a challenge to try to assert my knowledge on him, because he felt like he knew what he was doing, even though me driving longer than he has, I could see better techniques and stuff. So we bumped heads of probably about, I want to say max about 3 times. you know. But overall, it was a good experience, you know. Me and him just had to work through certain things, and that's the whole thing. Because my whole thing with me personally is, I don't ever want to talk to grown men like they kids. That's one thing I don't tolerate, me personally. So that's the last thing I would want to do to somebody else, even if I'm in a position of power. But with him, it was sort of a challenge to try to make sure I assert that, like, you know, make sure I assert my power without being, like, you know, condescending, or without like talking down on, because that's the last thing I want to do. But it was definitely trying, because there were certain times where I would say certain things, I would give him suggestions on what he should do, and he would refute back to me like, nah, I think I should do this. And what I learned, it was like, I was just like, as long as, because my whole thing is this: if it's gonna mess with my immediate safety, oh no, I ain't going. I'm not going. I'm gonna get, yeah, no, bro, you better stop the truck right now. Woo woo wop. I don't care about none of that, because now you talking about my safety. But the things that we had little discrepancies with would be when he would go to back a trailer in to a spot, or because he felt like he already knew a setup that he knew how to do, but when he would go to do it, like, it wasn't executing it properly. And you feel me? Like, I know any spot, if it's a tractor trailer friendly, I can back it in there. You feel me? So I know how the truck moves. You feel me? Like, I know which way to turn the wheel if my left side is too close to you know, whatever's right there, or if I need to put my trailer to the right side. I know how to turn my wheel. I know how to maneuver the truck. So that, like, you feel me? So there was a little discrepancy with that. And then there was things that's like, I remember we're at a Love's gas station. He pulls out and he makes the wrong turn. You feel me? Okay, no biggie, you make the wrong turn. And we were pulling up, and on the right hand side there was a Dollar General parking lot. Now, the parking lot, of course, if you know what you're doing, you can eventually get the truck out of the parking lot. You feel me? But so what I was telling them, when he was ready to turn, he was like, I'm gonna turn right here in the Dollar General. And I'm like, nah, bro, just keep going straight. You feel me? And I was trying to explain to him, like, even if we have to go 30 miles down the road to find a safe place to turn around, I would rather us do that than to make this turnaround in this Dollar General. Because mind you, the Dollar General stores, they're not made for 53-inch long, or 53-foot long semis. They're not made for that. They're made for the more shorter local hauls. So he tells me, he's like, no, I can do it. And he turns in there. So I'm like, all right. I was like, all right. So he turns in. I'm like, all right, let me get out. Because my whole thing now is just like, okay, I'm not about to tell you what to do, because you are not my child. You're not my cousin. You're not my nephew. You're not my niece. So I'm not going to just sit up here and talk down on you like you don't know, like, you know what I mean? You're a grown ass man. You older than me. You 30 years old. So I'm like, all right, let me just get out the truck. So I get out the truck. I go to the back to make sure he ain't hitting nothing. You feel me? So he tries about 10 minutes. After he can't get it, then and mind you, it's raining too. So after he couldn't get it, he hops up the truck. And then I'm like, okay, all right. I was like, all right, now I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, then he was like, all right. So I do some little maneuvers. It took me a little minute because it's a tight squeeze. So I finally turned it around. And then when I turned it around, I'm like, all right, bro. So now that I pretty much got you out of that jam, are you gonna, you know, trust what I gotta say? He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. So it's just little things like that, just teaching me more patience. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, he probably really felt like he could, you know, execute that. And him as a grown ass man, you feel me? He probably thought he could really do it. But by me yelling and getting angry and going extra on him, that's not going to change the situation. That's going to do nothing but, you know, you know, breed hostility. You feel me? To where he feels like he gotta prove himself as a man, and I don't ever want to test the manhood. All I want to do is make sure that we making the right decisions and that we're safe out here on this road on your way to getting your own truck. You feel me? So that was like pretty much the main thing or whatever. And then there was a couple little other things in between, but it ain't nothing worth speaking on. But it's just a check-in right now. So right now I'm currently back at the terminal. I just dropped up that student, and he's supposed to be, I believe he's supposed to be testing out today, because he said he was going to stay on the road. And I called him earlier, and he didn't answer, so I'm pretty much waiting on his call to make sure he, you know, he's able to go to the phase 2 with everything. So I'm not 100% sure right now if he passed the phase 2, but I already have another trainer, or excuse me, I already have another trainee, and me and him are supposed to leave early in the morning. So I'm not really gonna be doing too many videos because, like I said, this is my second trainee. You feel me? So I'm trying to make sure that he gets all of my attention and just build off of the things that I learned from the last trainee, and you know, apply it to this one, and just, you know, make sure it's just try to make sure it's as smooth as possible. You feel me? So you feel what I'm saying? It's JC of the E, Mackin' as JCTA, yes, and me. You dig what I'm saying? And hey, I'ma keep on doing what I do. And like I said, I ain't trying to stunt, I ain't trying to shit on nobody. My whole goal is just to hustle and motivate, you feel me? Because I know what it's like not to have nothing, you feel me? I built everything I've got right now to this moment, and I really ain't even got nothing, but I built all this from the ground up. It's just hard work, dedication, like Mayweather say, you feel what I'm saying? So I'ma tap back in with y'all when I got something to say, you feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, dig what I'm saying, is run up a check or get left. You feel what I'm saying? Get that money and invest. You feel me? That's it. Yada be what?